Bob Saget.
Super Bowl episode. Ah, my eyeballs.
Where am I?
Rhaphidophoridae, or D. Rhaphidophoridae.
Rhaphidophoridae.
Light going here.
These are called cave crickets, camel crickets, spider crickets, sprickets, sand treaders, jumping crickets. I have to give a formal shout out to an ultra mega fella. He deserves it. This is seriously all the same guy. Still scrolling. This is how many times. We're talking over 5 years ago. Flare X XXX or Flare XXXX. Here you go, dude. You asked me like 100 times literally to make a cave cricket. Here you go, dude. It's happening. All right, these freaky crickets usually live within a cave that's within a forest environment. Fun facts, by the way. Fun facts. Little burrows, people's cellars. They are flightless little insects. They don't fly. They're nocturnal. And there's more than 500 different species of these things. 500 of the Rhaphidophoridae. The well-known field crickets, which is, I've already made one, your average little cricket fella, are from a different superfamily of genus. How do you say their Latin name?
Grillidae, or D.
And the Rhaphidophoridae. So the cave crickets are distinguished by their giant drumstick-shaped femurs. On a cricket, it's called a femora. And then the long, thin tibiae. Tibia. You know, like we have a tibia and a fibia? I hope I'm saying all this stuff right. And you know what I mean. The tibiae is as long as the femora. And I'm gonna have to figure out something for that long, slender antenna. They're brownish in color and rather humpbacked, always wingless and up to 2 inches long. A 2-inch bug is usually frightening. That's like murder hornet territory. This is a large insect. With the understanding that a 2-inch bug is usually frightening, their legs are up to 4 inches long, 3.9. So they've transcended to the realm of freakiness. These are freaky bugs. So they think that their freakishly long antenna and legs are that way because they're in a lightless environment almost all the time. They'll come out at night, but their whole life they're just relying on the sense of touch around them. They're just like,
Where am I?
their whole life. They'll spend super long periods of time with insufficient access to nutrients. Even though they got those beefy drumstick femurs, they avoid jumping. They don't like to jump because they have limited vision and they don't know where they're going. And just hopping around can give them away to predators. A lot of the Rhaphidophoridae have been studied to be primarily just scavengers. Plant matter, fungal material, dead animals on the ground, stuff they just happen upon, you know? Although they look like absolute freaks, they are completely harmless little bugs. Big bugs. Birds love them. In some sand dunes in Utah, there's a species of the Rhaphidophoridae, and they get eaten by scorpions, apparently. They have to hide in the sand all day, only come out at night. They are of very little importance to humans. That's a funny fun fact. They might be a pest in buildings. They might scare your wife, especially in the basement. If they do get in your basement, they're kind of likely to reproduce there because it's a pretty safe environment for a cave cricket. So you can get cave cricket infestations in your basement. Watch out, fellas. It says that happens quite a bit in chilly regions of Japan. Hamada Uma, and colloquially called the Banjal Koraji. The Banjal Koraji. Oh, sorry. That means toilet cricket in Japan. A representation of a cave cricket was found to be engraved in an ancient bison bone in the caves of Horace Ferrius, southwest France. They were present among ancient humans, likely showing that humans lived in caves with cave crickets and were familiar with them, and the humans thought they were kind of cool. I wonder what fish will think of them. I was ready to spout out some facts about like how long they jump, how crazy of a bug this is, but it's just a freaky looking harmless bug that doesn't even want to jump, even though it looks like it could leave orbit. Fun facts are over. My eyeballs. That carving got pretty detailed. It's not smoothed off, so it doesn't look very professional at the moment, but being real, I don't think that's exactly what the back of a cave cricket looks like. I just wanted to keep the symmetry of the, you know, like the Michelin Man. Let's organize the thought before I speak. The fish don't even see the top anyway. That's all I have to say. So I'll paint it. What's the top of a real cave cricket look like? So it's just that first segment right there on a real cave cricket's really big. Mine's not too far off. I don't know why I even brought this up. Everything's fine. Anyway, the build is going spectacularly. There's so much more work to do and I'm procrastinating by speaking to the camera. Fellas, we're about to break out Super Bowl episode. Just filling that crack in. This is some steel, saltwater rated, doesn't rust, leader wire. Pretty rigid stuff, but still like the legs will be able to bend. And I'm just saturating these things with super glue. So it's like solid pieces of plastic joined together with stainless steel wire. It's gonna be pretty legit. But they need shaped. So I'll just be on the sander shaping these things, and those are the front ones, to perfection. And not attaching them to the body until the body's done. I'll just take this end, snip it to wherever it needs to be, fold the end over, pinch it so there's something to grab when I glue it in. Pretty standard. Lead's hot. 10 drops, that should do. It's not a big bait, and there's a lot of other stuff on it weighing it down. Got the macro spheres, mixing them up with a bit of UV resin on a piece of aluminum tape. We're just gonna drop some on that lead and hit it with the light. It's a general human instinct to poke things to make sure they're good too. That probably did nothing, but I needed to poke it. And here we go. We're gonna let it cook. Gonna get the joint cut, add all the pilot holes, add the screw eyes, give it that final sanding, seal the wood, it's ready for tomorrow. Oh shoot, dude. I just remembered while I'm cutting this bait in half that I didn't put the lip on it yet. Shoot, dude. This is gonna become kind of like a wake bait. Nice and chunky back piece. Have I shown you what this kind of looks like? That's a large hopper right there. Straight up drumstick. Lip. Is right there. Lip slot. Coming right up. I just did that without making any marks or pre-cutting anything. I just trim a bit straight to the neck of this cave cricket. For some reason, my bait making confidence is just off the charts right now. I just stuck that in there and it's perfect. That's the kind of size lip I'm wanting. It's okay if this doesn't work. That's not the end of my sentence. It's okay if this doesn't work, ripping it in, because I want to be able to just cast this out, and then with like a speed you would assume a cricket travels across the top of the water, which isn't very fast, I want it to have an action, so just barely moving it and it's doing this. With a lip that big, that action is more likely. I got some UV resin gluing in that lip right now, marking out where joint hardware belongs, super gluing the screw eyes in here. We're about ready to seal this wood. There's that. Bloop. I gotta brush this one on because of the lip. I was just about to dip it and not care, but then I realized I should care. Because that's gonna look too good to not care. The paint's gonna make that look incredible. Starting with black. Black usually serves insects pretty well. A lot of detail for it to go into, and then you spray white back over that and you can see all the detail. Some short ones, needle nose plier. I'll just get my fingers all painted. You used to never be able to find me without paint all over my fingers. I wore it as a mark of honor. I try not to get paint on my fingers today. Weird. The legs are getting some black too. Have I shown you guys the legs? They're so springy. That's not all me just shaking like a weirdo. The legs are really springy because of the stainless steel wire. So they boing around like that a lot. But yeah, the legs are getting paint on them too. I don't need to explain this. It's a very splotchy colored bug. It's like a tannish yellow with black and that's it. Super splotchy. It's gonna be simple. It's just the black needs to go where it belongs. I suppose there's like a cream white on the belly and then it goes to a tannish yellow and then there's even a tiny bit of orange on the top. So I'm gonna do that, but pretty simple. That's after going back over it with white. A ton of texture, detail. It's letting the carvings do the talking. Looks good. Same thing with the legs. There's just so much to show. Just know that these are coming along with the same process. Imp yellow. Okay, I think I got all the paint exactly how I want it. This eyeball placement's kind of strange because it's right next to where I'm gonna put the antenna. I had some solid pearlized black pupil. I guess not pupil. Whole eye, solid pearlized black. That looks pretty good on this thing. I ended up shooting some pearlized white over the whole body. It set those black details back a bit and it looks appropriate. It looks like a big freaky cave cricket now. Clear coat. We are using UV resin right now for this cave cricket because I need to be able to fish it tomorrow and I don't want to have to get up at 4 in the morning to assemble this bait. I want to assemble it tonight. The sun is still out. I think we'll be able to set it outside. Bit of a time crunch though. I would have put a 2-part epoxy clear coat over all this, but I just need to embrace the UV. There's a cave cricket butt. I'm gonna have to clear that joint out before I take it outside. Bob Saget. Yeah, it's not that noticeable, but like right up in there, under the mandibles, in front of the lip, there's a bubble. Maybe you didn't even see it. I've been making baits with Finn. He's gonna go to a craft show and sell them, but I had to make this little lure making stand right here. He's been helping me paint them, and then we use UV resin as the clear coat and hang them up like that, 7 at a time, but I'll go get the other pieces and hang up our cricket. Bob Saget, I got another bubble. Can you see it towards the back there? Maybe you can't, hopefully you can. Maybe I don't need to be pointing out every little imperfection on this bait, and you guys will think it's even better than it is. Oh, there's literally no way to hang this up. I'm gonna set these out. Dude, I cleared out that joint to where there was nothing there when I brought it out, but it just seeped over instantly. Yeah, that's just what it does. Can't help it. Okay, we're waiting for the clear coat to dry, but I have mushrooms in my yard that I like to stuff with firecrackers and blow up. So here we go. I don't know why, but I decided to do the middle legs first. I think now I'm gonna do the big boys, and then I'll do the front. I'm gonna keep the big ones pretty up high, so it's out of the way of the back piece to kick and move. This thing's gonna look disgusting. That's just in queso, you know? I didn't trust the little wire. How could I have? Alright, it's clickety clackety. Even though I put a large amount of work into them, where'd they go? Did I just like throw them over my shoulder? The front arms, they don't go on the, I know an insect has 6 legs. I'm considering just putting 4, because that's just, it would make this look like more of a sad, desperately trying to wave at you to get your attention kind of cave cricket, and it would impede hook sets and whatnot. We're gonna do away with the front legs, and I'm gonna cover those holes with some UV resin, throw some hooks on this thing. Oh, put some little antennas off the front, antennae. Here it comes. I don't think it's possible for it to like do nothing any more than that. That's the most do nothing bait I have ever made because of those giant legs. The lip is big. That's a big lip. I could make a bigger lip, but I have a feeling that would do nothing as well because those legs are just ridiculous. Oh, I saw a little bit of wobble off the back there. Did you? Did you see that wobble? Is it? No, nothing. I should just put a big buzzbait prop off the back. Okay, I looked for stuff like this, crazy 4-bladed prop, something like that to put off the back, but then I realized I can't even do that because those 2 ridiculous things are in the way. So are the feet. Sometimes videos go like this and I just roll with it. I mean, I've caught fish on a block of wood that had no action, just like this. So I should be able to catch fish on this. At least it looks like a bug, you know? Let's roll with it. Maybe we'll surprise ourselves. See you tomorrow. All right, we are here with the actionless cave cricket. This is a new spillway. I've never been here before.
Just in case.
Oh, sweet. Here with some friends and Maple. Maple's a little intimidated by me still. She'll come around. I decided not to put the front arms on because it just looked insane.
Oh, okay.
They were just at the wrong angle and stuff, but that's a cave cricket.
Biggest cave cricket I've seen.
Yep. I just saw it wobble. It did this for like a second. Oh my goodness, it just produced an action for 1 second. We lost a foot already. This is gonna be tough. Fish on! That is an ambitious smallmouth. That was so far down his throat. Hey! Good girl? Good girl? Good girl! Goodbye. We're getting there. Maple almost likes me. It's official.
Ooh, I smoked it.
With the cheese?
Yeah.
You smoked the cheese and a steak?
Smoked the cream cheese.
Oh my. Oh, look at that.
You got
It's just on the ground. That's all we needed that whole time.
God.
Why didn't I just give up and sit right here?
There you go.
Who's your good girl?
Just knighted our steaks. Roundhouse stuffed steaks.
Pretty good. I just got into stuffing. I didn't have breakfast, so it's really good. Lunchtime. No legs. It cranks. Okay, we got a crankbait now. New species. Got a crappie. That's a pretty big one.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Yeah, he's kind of red. My biggest smallie of the day. Just really chunky. Boop, boop. Chunky fella.
Get you some difference. One for the ride home.
Most definitely. I never turn a spindrift down. Yep. They kind of kept biting though. Good damn. Apologies if the cameras get a little foggy. It is scorching out here. The main objective has not been achieved though. We need to catch a fish on the cave cricket. In my desperation to catch a fish at that river, I took the legs off. I know. The regret has set in. I know better than to do that. Did you guys hear that duck? That was a duck, I didn't fart. I just drove so far to get there, and I thought, for sure, for certain, without second thought, taking the legs off would equal fish, but it didn't, so. I'm at a pond. If this thing still had its legs, I could probably get a bass topwater. I'll move on. I'll forgive myself. There's a sad wounded goose over here. Probably got hit by a car on the road or something. There's a storm coming in about an hour or two, so let's just catch a fish quick. Make it dumb bass official. It has a nice vibratory action without the legs. It's really quick and it runs just under the surface. A little crooked, but hey. It's probably kind of hard to see. Hit it. Hit it. Holy smoke, something hit it. Wow. That's a catfish. I'm not just saying that this time. This is a catfish. It's official. Something hit it. Hit it. Channel cats like legless cave crickets. It's official. Dude, he's slapping himself. Be free. That's a pretty sweet blow up. Rolled around instantly after you took it. Pretty sweet. See if anything else wants to blow up on it. It's official. See, that catfish would have, like, I didn't reel. I just casted it out, let it sit there. If it had its legs, it still would have hit it, and I probably would have caught it. Massive regret. One of those little back spines broke off too. Shucky darns, bro. I hope this isn't just a one lucky catfish kind of day. Well, I feel extra lucky to have caught that catfish now. The middle of the day, hot lucky catfish. I gotta give it one more, right here. Just always give in to that impulse to make a cast. Oh, give me the AC. I don't even want to show you the state that this poor bait's in. I'll go get it. I wish I could say that a bunch of fish just tore it apart, ripped the legs off, broke pieces off and stuff, but that was me. That was the fan. You'd think after like 5 years of being in this shop I'd be used to that. I'm not. It's still a nice little super quick action shallow running quank bait. During the right times of the year that can produce a lot of fish, so it's not completely destroyed and useless. Will I ever get it back out and fish with it? Probably not. I got better baits to serve that purpose. So I think if I had to give this the rating, you know, the officialness chart, B official, C official, D official, F. The looks were fantastic. The action was quite the bummer. And the catches were meh. Awesome, bummer, meh. It's a C official. This was a C official. I should just rate everything from now on and forget about the past. Let's move on. C official. On to the next bait.